What is good, YouTube? This is my first YouTube video ever. I'm so stoked to finally be here. I've been procrastinating making this video for such a long time. I don't know why. I feel like it's just because I'm not used to just talking into a camera for a while. But at the same time, my heart and soul just wanted to get on here and just talk to you guys and kind of just let you know who I am, why I'm starting this channel, what the channel is like all about. Yeah, let's just fucking dive in now. All right. So my name is Chris Chacko Matthew. Chacko is my middle name. It comes from my grandfather. I am Indian, as you can tell, 100% Indian. We hail from South India. I'm from Kerala. I'm born in New Jersey, but my parents are from Kerala, so my heritage is Kerala. I am Malayali, right? So that also means I'm Christian. Hence, you see like the cross. I'm actually a Christian, which is a rare percentage of Indians. And yeah, like, I grew up in New Jersey, I'm 26 right now, and I was kind of late to the content game. I saw a lot of people creating content when they were 18, maybe even like 16, 15 and stuff like that, and then TikTok came and I didn't even care about it, shit like that. And it was only the last like 2 to 3 years that I was like, I really need to hop on this content game. I was kind of late, but you know what? In 2023, I decided I'm not late. I'm starting, but and yes, other people may have many years in content and millions and hundreds of thousands of followers more than me, but at some point, you just gotta hit the record button and start. So I said in 2023, I'm gonna start. And this is me starting. This is the first video of many. On TikTok, I started a while back, but my first YouTube video, right? And I plan to make this a dope channel. Like, I'm talking education, I'm talking entertainment, I'm talking motivation, I'm talking vlogs. I want to share my life with you guys, and I want to inspire you guys, I want to educate you guys, I want to entertain you guys. I want to be like your best friend, Nah, I don't want to be your best friend, but I want to be a good friend, right? I want you guys to love me, and I love you guys too, and I want us to build a relationship of trust and transparency, I will never, ever in my entire life call myself an influencer, even if I have 1 million followers one day, which would be amazing. I will never call myself an influencer because I don't want to influence, I just want to create dope content because I want to connect with more people. I want to help people. At my core, the reason I started creating content was because I wanted to help people. I wanted to motivate people. I wanted to give these big speeches and talk to people and be able to help people through the common problems that they face in life. And I realized that at my 9 to 5, I couldn't do that. And so at that point, I was like, fuck, I have to work so hard before I can have the real impact I really wanted to have. And I fucking didn't want to do this shit anymore. Like, I don't want to work at 9 to 5. Work for someone else to make someone else's dream happen. I wanted to make my dream happen. And my dream is to change the world, right? We have problems like global warming. We have problems like unsustainable energy sources. We have problems like too many obese people out there because of lack of information or misleading information and bad marketing. There's just so many problems in this world that I want to solve, and I want to at least start tackling in my lifetime. My goal is to really leave the world a better place for my kid. I realized in my 9 to 5 I couldn't do that, and so I really thought about it. I was like, I fucking need to change. And I was thinking about all the different ways I can do this, and it just resonated with me that content was the #1 way that I can have the most impactful change on people's lives, that I could do something not for myself but for other people. And so I wanted to create this channel as a way to not just inspire you guys, but really create meaningful impact in this world. And that is why I'm starting this channel. I'm a little late, I'm 26. I know a lot of people started when they're 18 and whatnot, but fuck that shit. I'm starting now. This is my first YouTube video. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit about who I am, where I come from, my background, up until current day, just to give you a little bit more context. But yeah, this is my YouTube channel. I'm so excited you guys are here. Please, if you resonate with this in any way, shape, like, share, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. We are building a community. We are building a new kind of experience. This is gonna be a different channel than all these other channels. We are here with positive intent. We want to change the world, and we're hoping that with content we can do that. Now let's get into it. I live in Philadelphia. I actually own this house. I'm so grateful. God has blessed me with this house, and I absolutely love it. It's like my dream house. I work as a software engineer at a cybersecurity startup. Jack Harlow is my favorite rapper. I went to Rutgers University. We grew up in West Orange. We moved to Florham Park. That was kind of like a whole cultural shift. Like West Orange is pretty diverse. You know, you got black people, you got Asian people, you got white people, you got Latinos, you got everything. And then you go to Florham Park and it's just all Italian people. And I'm like the only brown person there. Like hell, fuck. But you live and learn. I learned to adjust. I never had a core friend group growing up. Even to this day, I still do not have a core friend group. I think that's just who I am. I have a bunch of friend groups like everywhere, and I kind of just hop between one to the other, and that's just the way I live. Like I have a decentralized friend group. In college, I studied comp sci. That was not my first choice. I actually wanted to study pharmacy and be a pharmacist because I didn't think they do shit for work and they got paid a lot of money. But then I realized I didn't want to do that, and then I realized I actually wanted to impact, and then I realized I couldn't do the medical field because I am scared, terrified, deathly terrified of needles, blood, and all that kind of shit. So I was like, yeah, this shit's not for me. So then I realized I need to do something else. After a major life crisis, a lot of alcohol, a lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, a lot of smoking weed, and all that kind of shit, finally figured out, we're like, oh wait, we might have a path forward if we switch to tech. And I started realizing that tech companies have so much impact. So I was like, oh, maybe tech is the way it goes. So I started studying comp sci, and lo and behold, I became a software engineer. Now, I did graduate with a 2.5 GPA, which is the bare minimum you need to graduate with a CS degree from Rutgers. But we did get into a Silicon Valley job as a software engineer, which is actually really rare. Like less than 2% of CS graduates get into Silicon Valley. I really want to attribute a lot of that success to the fact that I feel like I'm the kind of person that never gives up on a dream, on a vision. I'm not gonna lie, I got rejected by like hundreds of companies before I finally got an interview at a Silicon Valley company, and then I actually got the job. And it took me a lot of trial and error, a lot of research, a lot of soul searching, a lot of priority shifting, a lot of growth and evolution of who I am to shift from, oh yeah, like we're getting rejected by all these companies to like, yes, I can do this. I am a Silicon Valley software engineer, to finally nailing that shit and getting the job. And that was a pivotal moment in my life, you know? Like all up in my childhood, I felt like life was on easy mode a little bit, but not really, but like a little bit. And it was really not until like that I got the job in Silicon Valley that my life changed, because I finally felt like I was winning in life. That changed everything for me, and I started like diving deep. I moved to California, first time living out of the state, living in the Bay Area. It was a dream come true until the pandemic hit. All right, so I had to go get the dog because she was acting up, and I do not trust her by herself. So here we are with my friend's dog. Her name is Gigi, by the way. She's an Australian Shepherd Doodle mix? Something like that. She's an Australian Shepherd Poodle mix. Okay, cool. And she's absolutely adorable. Aren't you? You little baby. Alright, anyways, getting back on topic. So, breaking into tech was such a pivotal moment in my life. It gave me confidence in myself for the first time ever, that I can really be successful if I put my mind to it. And so, I mean, I spent like the next year and a half like working in tech. We ended up starting my own startup with a couple friends. That tanked, but we learned a fuck ton. It was called Quirk Shop, and it was basically, we were creating a platform, a live streaming platform for content creators during the pandemic. Our main target audience was yoga instructors, because they needed a way to monetize their live stream classes and manage their classes, and Zoom necessarily wasn't the greatest product. They were doing a lot of things between like Google Sheets, Venmo, and Zoom, and we kind of put it all in one place. And there was definitely a market for it, but it definitely did not hit because we didn't know how to market at all. We were just engineers. We built that shit, but we did not know how to market it. So long story short, that tanked, but it was a great learning experience, and that was also the sparking moment of when I realized I wanted to be a content creator. But at that point, I had no idea where I wanted to start. I was too anxiety-ridden with my own self to ever post on social media. I was too self-conscious about my skin, about my body, about my looks, my aesthetic. And this is where I started my next major series of glow-ups. After that, we started to run a lot, and we lost a lot of body fat, but we also lost a lot of muscle. Around that time, our skin started to get worse and worse. So we started focusing on our skin health. That led me into a black hole where my skin was so bad, I was afraid to go out in public without a mask. And I had so much anxiety, and I was crippled by it. That also in turn started my hair falling out, and I was stressed out beyond belief. It was when I hit rock bottom, random thought in my head, maybe it's time to hop on Accutane. And this is like right before 2021. I had just broken up with this girl. I had let that go, let that part of me go, and I decided it was time for me to glow up and to get my life in order. So I hopped on Accutane as soon as I possibly could. It was the next 8 months and 9 months of discipline and just focus on myself that changed me so much. I stopped drinking altogether because you can't drink on Accutane. And this is the beginning of 2020. I stopped drinking. I started working out again in the gym, going and working out consistently. I started tracking all my nutrition. I started journaling and doing affirmations every day. I started praying to God because I just couldn't do it myself. I realized that. I started to separate myself from all my toxic friends, and I really just cut off a lot of them. Only focused on myself in this period. And I tell you, in this period of my life, my entire life changed. Like, I felt like my skin cleared up, which was the number one source of my anxiety. My hair stopped falling out. My hair actually went from straight to curly. Like, I used to not have curly hair. I'm not lying to you. I did not have curly hair, and I don't know how, but during this Accutane journey, my hair turned curly. Cleared up my skin, became fit again. I started loving the gym. The gym became my peace. I fell in love with fitness. I started being comfortable enough to take photos of myself. I was able to finally post a photo of myself on Instagram. Like, you don't know how anxiety-ridden I was that I couldn't post on Instagram a photo of myself. That's how bad it was. Like, if I did post a photo, it was with like a heavy filter on to hide any acne or whatever. And I was able to finally like take selfies again and all this stuff. And like, I used to feel like confident to be able to do all this stuff, but I don't know what happened where at some point in my life got so hard and I was filled with so much anxiety that I just couldn't do it anymore. But this 9-month period was like the greatest period ever. And then I eventually left my old job. I took a 6-month hiatus, and then I started a new job at this new startup, and it was absolutely amazing. And then around this time I moved out of my parents. We moved into a new house in Philly with a couple of my friends. We called it The Lab. It was such a great year and I had so much fun. We started recording content. Like, I started actually posting on TikToks. It was such a wild journey and I truly fell in love with myself, and I was able to love myself for the first time in like years. I think in my entire life I was able to actually love who I was, and I had peace in my life. And this was 2022 when I was living in Philadelphia. Oh, you little wild. You rowdy. You rowdy. Alright. Side note. 2022 was a great year. It was so good. And I finally got, at the end of 2022, I was able to buy this house. So I put a deposit on this. It's a new development. I put a deposit on it in the beginning of 2022. And we were luckily able to close on it at the end of 2022, and now we are living here in 2023. I can't believe how far we made. We made a new TikTok account. We're at almost 6K followers now, and we are starting to build content on Instagram. We're at 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't even care about the numbers. Honestly, fuck that shit, yo. I'm just so glad that I'm finally making content and being so real with myself and being myself on the internet and like not being afraid to be myself and being able to love myself, you know? What's up, baby? So it was an interesting journey. That kind of brings us to like where we are today. This channel is a place for me to inspire, motivate, for me to entertain, educate, and just document my life. I want to share my life with you guys, and I really hope that this channel becomes just a place of serenity, excitement, enjoyment. Like, it's just good vibes, you know, no bad vibes. Alright, so we're back without the dog. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I kind of gave you a little bit more of my like latter stages of life, but I definitely want to come on here and talk to you guys again on the earlier parts of my life, because there's definitely a lot I went through, especially as like growing up Indian in a mostly white community, kind of like struggling to like, I never conformed to my parents, and like I kind of refused to like listen to them, so there's like that aspect. So I definitely want to talk to you guys about that, but I want you to know that at the end of the day, this channel is going to be a fuck ton of amazing videos, and I am so excited to start this journey with you guys. So please do subscribe, like, and let's get this shit going. All right, I'll see you guys soon.